podcast is brought to you by our friends at Minerva Beauty. Check out minervabeauty.com and see their huge selection of chairs, stations, anything you could possibly want for your salon is on minervabeauty.com. Also, check out Millennium Systems International at millenniumsi.com, the best salon software in the industry starting at $49 per month. If you're looking to better your online reputation, check out demandforce.com/free salon education. Fill out the form. Somebody will reach out to you, show you how to better communicate with your guests and how you can build lots and lots of great reviews online for your salon business. Hey guys, this is Matt Beck from freesaloneducation.com. What was that? That was like a...
I don't know.
You were applauding.
Clapping.
Here we go.
You were just so happy for this episode.
I am. I'm super happy. You know what? I had the Thad's got the thing on still. I can hear it. I had the last night I was talking to one of my really good friends from back in high school, and he's a teacher. So what are you laughing about? Did I have friends?
No, we're watching you clapping on the podcast.
Oh, nice. Awesome. So, one of my really good friends from high school, we grew up together. You know, I grew up in a town of 700 people. So it was, he was a really good friend, and I knew him all through school. And he's been watching our YouTube channel. He also watches the Frono's Photo because I told him about it, and he's into photography and stuff. So I was talking to him last night, and he wants to start a YouTube channel, and he's a kindergarten teacher. So, I was like,
right.
Yeah, I'm like,
let me be your Sherpa.
I'm drinking my lemonade and vodka, and I'm talking it up, and I'm just going nuts on ideas because it's so exciting. But then what I realized is as I'm going through it, he's like, well, how did you do this with the podcast? How did you do that? And I'm thinking, well, we started with webcams, and then I finally bought a camera, and then so I kind of walked him through the last year and a half of this whole thing and realized it's pretty crazy how much stuff we've done. And then also yesterday I was putting together some stuff for American Salons, doing a write-up, and they wanted some pictures. So I'm going through like our Facebook, like all the old pictures of just everything. And I just look at like Thad on the stage at the Millennium Experience. I wish I could pull that picture up right now, but he's like this scrawny little guy. I didn't realize how tiny Thad was, but when you look at these pictures, it's hilarious. So if you get a chance, go back and you know what? I'll post it today.
Scrawny Thad.
Little scrawny Thad Throwback Wednesday thing.
Just go back to the Wash House video that we did. Like that really shows it off. Or the product knowledge one's up front.
Yeah, but I don't think when you see this photo, Thad, you're like wearing like your dad's jacket or something. And I think he went and bought it and he spray painted it, but it's so big on him. It's like he's drowning in it.
I was going to say, I have lots of pictures.
Next year it'll be you.
I'll be gigantic like Thad and Justin. No, I won't.
No. So anyways, I got Brian Hare with me, Justin Scott,
hello,
Drea Boland, Thaddeus Boland. So we got a lot of things coming up, a lot of big things, and it seems like so far this year has just taken off, and every week is a new opportunity. So this is going to be a very exciting year. I'm watching everybody on the podcast right now talking, so good morning to everyone that's following us live from Finland and everywhere else. So, and that's pretty much, I'm very, very excited. We got ISSE coming up this weekend. I did a video for that. We're giving away furniture from Minerva there. We're going to be doing podcasts. Every single person, for the most part, that I've reached out to and said, hey, I'm going to be there doing a podcast. Would you like to sit down? Have all said yes. So I'm really excited to be there and hanging out with the Millennium group because we're going to be at their booth. I think it's number 204, but don't quote me on that. But if you get a chance, stop by the booth. I would love to meet you guys. And I'm thinking about just throwing people up and just saying, hey, let's just talk about the show. So that's what's going on.
All right.
Anything else? How was your week?
It's been good. Been busy. I was just telling someone the other day, another hairdresser friend of mine, that what's funny, now that the holidays are over, it feels like I'm dead, but really I'm just back to my normal busy.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I have time to maybe have a bite of a sandwich or run to the bathroom when I need to.
Right.
It feels like we're dead.
Yeah.
Because, I got to say, as much as I enjoy December and Christmas and all that, I'm really glad it's over.
I know.
Like,
It's a nice
just
fun
exhausting.
rush.
You know what? It's because for me, it's like because of this, how it screws up the schedule. You know, like I like being in a routine, even though I love change. I don't love like, okay, we got these 2 days off, and then we got this.
Right.
So it's just it's confusing. And it also, you make a lot of money right before the holiday, but then that little
But
bit,
then you also spend
it all
twice as much in December.
Yeah, you spend it all, and then all of a sudden you're not as busy. So
that's what I said when the paychecks came last week, because of how it just fell with Christmas and New Year's this year. You missed this day, you missed that day. I was like, finally, this is the last interrupted paycheck. Now it's back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you going to say something, Drea? Sorry.
I was just going to say how, our guests are all coming in. It's after the holidays, and they're talking about how relaxing their holiday was. And they had this week off between like Christmas and New Year's. And I'm like, wow.
We were off for like 20 minutes because of Christmas.
It was like,
we did family haircuts around the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what that feels like. I was like, my holiday was like so fast.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote, hey, no thumbs down today.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yet.
Holla.
Wait, do we not have it yet?
No, we don't.
Not yet. No, I mean.
All right, let's
I think
see.
that guy we just put out my video that I find beyond funny. I didn't think I was even going to enjoy the video, but
Yeah.
pretty damn funny. I got 2 thumbs down. So
I know.
Brian made a point that the guy made another account just to mess with.
Wait, because you got thumbs. So Justin's new to the creating videos. This is his second video.
Yeah.
You
So
get used to it.
were you super depressed when
No,
you
not
saw?
at all. I could care less.
He's too tough for that.
Yeah,
Justin
Matt
and
I
I go
like-
into a drinking coma.
I know. We had to like
Drinks
have,
yourself silly.
Matt and I
Yeah.
put ourselves in therapy after. When I get
I'm
to
like,
like
Brian, can you-
100 thumbs downs, I'm like, why do so many people hate me?
Brian, can you talk to me after work? I would really love that. We just
I call my mom every day. Tell me I'm special.
I got another thumbs down.
It's like when I call my dad. I'm like, Dad, this happened to me. He's like, that son of a. He just starts freaking out. I'm like, Dad, you make me feel so much better. Like, no matter what, he's on my side. It doesn't matter. So, all right. So let's get into a little bit of feedback from last week, and then we have some other cool stuff to talk about as well.
This week we've kind of crunched together feedback and questions because I didn't feel like sorting them out, so they're just like all together. You have a nice potpourri of social media interaction.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice word choice there.
While I'm thinking about it, did you cut your hair or is it just curled extra?
It is cut a little shorter.
I thought that this morning too, and you colored it, right?
Yeah, it is colored.
Yeah,
It got
notice?
cut last week, actually.
Uh-oh. Matt didn't do it.
No, he
You
did
didn't-
not.
you
That's a
didn't-
good point. What? Who's cutting your hair?
She is. She's doing it in the
Justin did it.
bathroom.
Yeah.
If I just do a little bit, they'll forget that I have long hair.
Matt
Whatever.
apparently thinks he's the only one who can cut his own hair.
It's true.
Fair enough. All right, so for the jump off, one of the first questions that I saw, our girl Michelle Brisson asked, when are we announcing the winners of the Mizutani contest? I threw this in there because I've had a couple other people ask me as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's coming. I don't know what the actual answer was.
So since we had to sort through 5,000 videos, it's been.
It's overwhelming.
I'm just kidding. It was not that many.
It was 11.
But we have, so we have to sort through the videos, and Kiyoshi from Mizutani is also watching the videos, so we're going to watch them. I'm going to connect with him this week. We'll be announcing the winner a week from today. So,
Okay.
It's really up to when he says, Matt, I really love this one. I mean, it's he's giving away $1,000 and the scissors, so
Yeah.
I just want to.
We kind of need his input on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, we're
So-
just the channel with which he's doing this contest.
Right. So, it'll be coming up this week.
All right, cool. So stay tuned for that, kiddos. Amara Lynn Stewart said, so excited to hear that you're going to be at Long Beach Hair Show. Is your whole gang going or just you? Either way, it's all good. You guys are all awesome, talented, funny, and you know how to keep the passion alive. Thank you and can't wait to meet you. She's been around for a while, so I was glad that she
Yeah.
commented and you're going to get
It's
to meet
just
her.
me.
He's actually
No,
just
it's-
got a new
Thad's going
carry-on
though, right?
bag.
No,
or he's gonna
Thad's going.
stuff us all in too.
It's like, is it just you, or is like everybody going?
Oh, I don't think...
No, I know, I'm just
That's kind
kidding.
of how she said it. No, the rest of us will be holding down the fort.
Yeah.
Because these guys fly everywhere all the time, and we kind of can't keep up with that schedule.
Somebody's got to work.
The salon's just going to be closed a lot.
Yeah.
Because we're on tour.
Sorry, New Hope. We're out of here. But yeah, there'll be more things in the future that will kind of rotate everybody, going to things. But right now, Thad comes with me too because he. That's hilarious. So we're in.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Basically-
Matt needs
Wait,
comic relief.
So we're
Matt's favorite.
He needs some
So I
laugh.
decided to bring this huge flight case with all the tripods and everything to the Millennium event in Florida, and not knowing or thinking about the fact that the flight case is already like 30 or 40 pounds on its own. So horrible decision. So then I throw in just, a few tripods, some mics, whatever, and we take it to the airport, and I put it up on the thing, and the guy's like, serious? Like, do you want me to get a freight truck for you? So, but the funny thing is we get back.
You're like, no, I don't need a freight truck. I have a Thad.
Right. We get back, and there's like this girl, it's like super late, and we get back to Newark, and there's this girl standing there waiting for her bag, and Thad's like standing next to her, and I'm watching this whole thing from like 10 feet back, and Thad's like already, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah. So
He drank his pre-workout.
this is
ready to
one of
rip
those things
thing
where
off the
we
belt.
didn't talk about this, but I saw it happening. So he's like standing next to this girl. He's got like his metal music in his earphones already, and he's like pumped up, ready for this like freight thing to come through. And he's like, "I'm just gonna need a little bit of space because I've got to grab this huge bag." So he the thing comes around. He's like, he just muscles this thing, and I mean, it was 85 pounds.
I'm picturing him doing push-ups, waiting for the thing to start, like just to get
Bench
ready.
pressing this small girl next to him.
Next time,
He's like, could you arm wrestle me real quick? I gotta get pumped.
Well, I just foresaw like trying to grab it and then knocking her out of the way. I'm like, I'd rather like give her like some warning.
Thad.
yeah, but
Collateral damage.
yeah, you could have knocked her and then caught her, and it would have been like you saved the day.
Romantic.
Yeah.
as
Come on,
hell.
Thad.
She was like my mom's age.
She was not your mom's. How old is your mom?
I don't know.
Oh, don't say that actually. But
That's not a good subject to get on
she
to.
is not. She was like your age.
No, she wasn't.
Oh,
How far away were you?
I was far. I was far and late, and hadn't slept much.
It was late at
You
night.
did not want to be part of collateral damage.
All right, well that makes that story even funnier because you were impressing the mom.
That's fantastic.
I didn't
Maybe
wanna-
she had a daughter though.
I didn't want to knock her out.
That's great.
All right.
Plus, Thad's the one that goes with Matt because they've learned how to become travel buddies. I don't know which one of us would die first if Matt brought any of us on these kinds of travels where they sit
I
in a
wanna
car
say-
for 12 hours.
We roomed together.
Matt, how would you handle me for a trip?
You wouldn't
I
have a
don't
job
know.
when you got
I
back.
haven't figured any of that out yet. That's why you're not on the intro.
You haven't figured out how to work with me yet.
No, we had but Thad's really great, and he knows how to run the cameras, which is a really big thing. It was like one of those things where nobody really wanted to learn to run the cameras, and Thad did it, and then now it's become like a very valuable thing because somebody's got to run them. And
I was gonna say-
Thad knows how to set them up. He knows how to do all of it. So it's been really cool. I really enjoy having Thad with me because again, he's not scared to lift anything, and he
And I
can
gotta
run all that
say,
stuff.
from my own personal experience, he's a nice, quiet roommate. I just remembered the story last week. I don't know
I
if
could
you-
picture you jumping on the bed like the entire
that's
time.
pretty
Hey
accurate.
Matt, are we gonna go somewhere? Are we gonna go somewhere? Are we gonna go somewhere? Thad's like,
Yes.
dude, I'm going to bed. He puts his music on.
Well,
and
I
he's
don't
out.
know. I just, for some reason, the story popped into my head last week, and we were joking about it. I don't know if you remember years ago, like, I had only just met Thad. Like, I'm Brian, I'm Thad, that's it. I didn't work here, we didn't know each other. And we were both working the hair show in New Jersey, and I checked into the room first, and I check in, and they're like, oh, by the way, the reservations are kind of messed up. You only have one bed. And I'm like,
I remember that.
and so
The
I
look on
text
your
Thad, I'm
face,
like,
Matt, was fantastic.
we only have one bed. I have never slept so far on the edge of a bed in my entire life.
My
'Cause it
favorite
was-
part is you guys really did sleep together. You didn't say, "Can I have like you didn't take
I
couch
asked.
cushions off or
I
anything?
no, we made it work. We just slept. There was enough room for the rest of the team in between us on that bed. And he's like, just so you know, I listen to metal first thing in the morning. I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah, he
Like,
does.
It's okay.
Oh.
And he does. He locks himself in the bathroom with the metal blaring off of his phone, and I'm just like, all right. That's
Yeah, I
cool.
like-
He was a great roommate.
Yeah, but it's not like it was a luxurious weekend away. Like you were working a hair show.
Right.
What time did you guys get up in the morning? Like what time
Right.
did you
We
get
slept
back?
together for like 3 hours a night
So
before
it's-
we got up and got
It was a
going.
nap.
Actually, speaking of working a hair show, so 10 years ago, actually, this coming IBS, International Beauty Show in New York City, I was there as an assistant, and I had just moved to New Hope from Iowa, and so I was a beauty school, like just graduated, started at this salon, and the owner worked for Paul Mitchell, so he said, I can get you assisting. Robert Cromings is going to be there, so you can assist his team. And I was like blown away. I had no money, nothing. So he put me in a hotel. And when I tell you, I thought me and him were staying together. he put me in a hotel like off of Times Square, like in the middle of an alley, and like you walk in and there was like bulletproof glass like to check in, so they just kind of slide your key underneath, and then you walk up and there's a door to get in your room, and then there's another door to actually get in your room. So it was like double doored, like with like a 4-foot gap, so that it would take somebody longer to break in and get you.
I mean, that's nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
That's appreciated.
Precaution.
And
That's more
because of that
challenging.
scarring experience, Matt only puts us in first class.
Yeah. So
He's like, I will take you guys when I can put you in the penthouse.
yeah, and then he goes. So we go out that night and have some fun, whatever. He goes and stays with Nina Kovner, who at the time is like the vice president of Paul Mitchell, and at the Marriott. And he put me with 2 people I didn't know
In the meth den.
who he randomly selected, who turned out to be really cool people, and I still know them to this day. But he put me with them, and I just slept, and it was the worst conditions ever. But I got to assist at the show, and it was awesome. And so now 10 years later, I just got an email this morning that says,
Would you like to come back?
And
We'd
I
like to
quote,
stay.
It's the same hotel. You're on their email list.
yeah, we would really love to have you back.
You're eligible for.
So this is from, we'll leave the name unknown for now until I know that I can say it because he's private. But it says, Matt, congratulations again for being named Master of Ceremonies for the 2015 International Beauty Show Main Stage. So I'm going to be the MC of Main Stage IBS, which 10 years ago I was assisting, getting pink hands, feeling awful, and sleeping in like, a crack den.
Nice.
And now I just feel really, really lucky in the fact that, I was asked to do this. I'm only the second person to do it. And so they kind of pass the torch down, and they're really excited to see what I'm going to do to try to make it fun and interactive and, just bring something different to IBS. So I'm super excited about it. So that's in March. So if you guys get a chance to come to IBS in New York,
That's really awesome.
we're going to be hosting.
I feel bad. I feel like we should. I almost wish it was like a surprise for us so that we could react how we actually reacted when you told us the
I know.
first time. It's like, awesome.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you.
Good job, Matt.
Good job,
Matt. Yeah,
Yeah, I wasn't allowed
Cheers.
to tell. I wasn't allowed to tell anybody. So, but now it's
No,
official.
totally
I
understandable.
got the official email.
That's
So
super awesome.
You guys were in the loop way before.
Yeah.
I
You know
suggest
what's
to
up.
keep things exciting in between segments, you have the audience do push-ups.
Yeah. You can lead that, Thad.
Or just share
why
a
don't we
bed
bring
with
some
Fab.
why don't we bring some Monday shirts?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
seem to be big.
Oh yeah,
That'll
we're
make
going to be
everybody
throwing
happy.
out T-shirts and all
need to get
kinds
a
of
t-shirt
crazy
cannon.
stuff.
I was just gonna
So-
say, can I be the T-shirt cannon guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We should get a T-shirt cannon.
I was going to say,
Why
Bring
not?
helmets.
Yeah.
I'm aiming for
can
the
we get a
face.
t-shirt?
Thanks to Amazon Prime, we'll have one tomorrow.
Yeah. T-shirt cannon for sure. We're going to get that.
I'm
The
on that
drones will
statement.
drop it off in the back.
I should try to get a T-shirt cannon for ISSE.
Yeah.
All right.
Just
This just
launching,
got so much
launching
cooler.
T-shirts. Yeah, sweet. Good job, guys. All right,
work.
so we're still on feedback.
Yeah, we're
right?
still going.
Actually, I think Millennium has a t-shirt gun.
They do.
Yeah, but we need our own.
I saw them using it at the experience. Maybe
We need the fist gun though. Like we need one that's
maybe
like
maybe we can borrow it.
Can we buy the Hulk fists and like
I was just gonna
paint
say-
them teal and just shoot those?
yeah.
Brian, I'm
Hulk
glad we're on
cans
the same
everywhere.
And I just totally did that on the show.
Yes, you did.
Twice.
All right.
Again, last week I remember. I think it was last week. We were talking about fantasy colors and different ones to
You're
play
gonna say
with.
fantasy
and-
football.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. We were.
Last week. Yeah.
Duh.
All right. So fantasy color.
Fantasy colors. Michelle Burson put up a picture, and what's funny is I noticed it as soon as she put it up, and I was like, I recognize that color scheme. Hey guys, love the show. I've used the Joico Color Intensity Fashion colors, and they rock. Here's a picture of some of the colors I played with, and I think that's kind of a familiar color scheme there with the blue into purple into pink.
yeah.
Yeah.
What-
Yeah, that's cool.
what? It's pretty. I like it. Looks like our mannequin.
Yeah.
All right, and then feedback. James Thelman on, I'm not sure which video. Oh yeah, the Justin's Clipper video. Says thanks for the info, Justin. Have a great night, day, night. Smiley face. Because
Yeah,
if
if
you
you-
when you watch the video, you got to stay through because Justin got a blooper reel,
Yeah.
and it's funny. It's much funnier on video. Because Dre and I are sitting there waiting to film, and we're like, "Oh my god, stop saying night,
Yeah.
stop saying
And
night."
everyone have a great night. I'm like,
I
It's
didn't.
just-
It was a habit.
this is YouTube. They watch all the time. It's like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like a DVR. So and he's like, all right, guys, well, have a great night. I'm like,
No, people only watch YouTube at night.
All right, let's try it again. And he goes, All right, have a great day.
That's
not better.
That's when I freak out and get bleeped.
So it's really fun, and it was a cool video. I loved actually sitting there when I was editing it. You know, I thought we were gonna have to like really splice it up, but it was very interesting the whole time. So I just left it 10 minutes. You know, I didn't want to cut it out too much because you break down both types of clippers, how to take them apart fully. And it's a really good detailed video, so I was really happy with it.
I thought I messed it
I
up,
actually
but
watched
I
it.
was actually impressed with it.
Yeah. So watch that video if you haven't yet. And Michelle Golden says, Matt, I didn't know you're from Iowa. How cool. I'm in Ames, Iowa. I grew up in Illinois, but I went to beauty school in the Quad Cities, which is like on the edge of Iowa and Illinois. So yeah, I grew up there. I was 21 when I finally moved out. I'd never been on a plane, never done anything. So I made the jump here just for this career. So
when we were getting coffee, Justin and I were just talking about you being from Iowa.
Yeah.
Because he's going for some show, and he's like, what's in Iowa? Are there cows? And
I'm
I was
like, there's like meth and cattle.
right.
I
that's
said, I
pretty
know there's
much it.
cows because Matt and I have talked about cow tipping before. Beyond that, I don't know.
Oh my god.
But this was like this was a big discussion I had because when I first moved here, I told everyone I was from Iowa, but I'm not really from Iowa. But I felt like if I say I'm from Illinois, everyone thinks Chicago, and like I'm from this like crazy city or something.
city.
But when I say Iowa, they go, so there's cows. I'm like,
Matt,
yeah, that's where I grew up.
Can we
It's-
pause you?
Yeah.
We got shirt
You got
cannons.
it? I mean,
This is fantastic.
We
All of
got.
this.
He's like, we got shirt.
We got
cannons.
shirt cannons. We're both viewing them, so
How much is a shirt cannon?
well,
the one we want.
it's like it's like an assault rifle for t-shirts.
Yes, guys. Yes. You know what?
Just hand him your
You know
card.
what? Let's not even do the show anymore. Let's just talk about this. So, shirt cannon. How much is it?
$4,000.
What?
But this is like the shirt.
Like, look, watch this. Watch
Well, we
this.
can
Watch
finance
this.
that.
We can finance it. Yeah. Is
That's
that
a write-off.
Yeah. Do they have 5 easy
Look at
payments?
that. Look at.
Oh my God. That's a okay.
All right, that's a
All right.
$4,000 cannon.
You guys have no idea what we're talking about, but that's a pretty cool looking
We'll
cannon.
post it later.
All right.
I was gonna say, can you
We'll
save that
post
because
it
I'm kind
later.
of jealous that I'm not seeing it right
Can you post that on Facebook right now, Drea?
now.
The link.
Yeah, just copy the link and paste it in Facebook.
So going off of that, Denny Lane said, I want that shirt. Sure, but you got to take it from the cannon.
Or take it off Justin.
You have to take it off, Justin,
All
or the
right.
cannon.
All right, Con.
I'm just repeating what you said.
Oh, okay. I was like, were you thinking that?
No, actually, I thought that's the original statement you were gonna say. I was like, oh, he said cat. No, he went there too.
Justin actually thinks in the third person.
He does, yeah.
And then
Just
going
look at
off
this.
of that,
Okay.
Foxy Tay says, love the video a lot. I can't help myself, but you are super hot. With then 4 kissy emojis.
She's
Ooh.
gonna opt
Thank
for
you,
taking
Foxy.
it off of Justin.
She will
Yep.
tackle you.
Yep.
Well,
Awesome.
that's where the show went today.
Yeah.
I missed this one. All right. Shoot, I don't remember. Anissa or
Shoot.
Anissa?
No, I think it was.
And
Because
Ani-
she finally corrected me, told me how to say it. Now I don't remember.
You
I
should
know.
save
I
that
think
in
it's
your notes.
Anissa.
Big A.
Big A.
That's what we're going. There, problem solved.
Big A.
She's probably like this tiny little
Great
lady.
episode, guys. I was finally able to watch the episode live. I forgot to factor in different time zones. Oops, I'm in California. Oh, so super good morning to you. LOL. What are your favorite tips and tricks for vibrant, long-lasting reds? And do you process under heat? I guess with clients, the long-lasting reds that I always go for is those are the people that you kind of don't give the option of using professional grade products. You kind of make them
Yeah.
understand like there's no point in even doing this
Yeah.
unless you're literally going to use every single product and even start looking into every single tool that I use on you to make sure. Like if you need this red to last,
Right.
then I need you using all the same stuff I do. Because if you came in here for your blowouts every day, it would last better.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well-
not wash it as often.
Right.
You know.
Well, and the thing is, reds are just as high maintenance as blondes. Blondes, you don't always have. They are a little bit more understanding, so they'll come in a little bit more often.
Right.
People think reds are something simple and easy. They're not. They need their high maintenance. They need to be taken care of. They need refreshing.
Just so you know, she's completely talking about herself.
I am very high maintenance.
She really is.
And she's not understanding.
No, I'm like I just.
No,
I
she
just.
gets it. She knows. Drea stays on top of that red.
I know.
That's
I was
what's
just
up.
talking about it in general.
Oh.
You know what?
Brotherly love. All right. Pink Streets asks, What would be your advice for a student looking to find a receptionist position at a salon? Should I go to every salon with my resume and talk to the hiring managers? What are some tips you can share once I get into the receptionist role in order to make myself more valuable to my coworkers? Personally, I think if you're a student in school, you should probably go for more of an assistant position than a receptionist.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand. I think the front desk is a very important place that you need to understand what that's like. Because, like, here, we don't really have, I mean, I know we have Claudia now, but we all know how to
Right.
do that. Like, we all
Right.
do that job. But in much bigger salons, it's not an easy job.
But you got to think
mean-
about, too, like, most people that are going to go get a receptionist job at a salon, most salons are not even utilizing the receptionist the way that they should.
Yeah.
So you're going to sit there with nothing to do. You're going to be on
Right.
Facebook the whole time.
But I've
In
also
most
worked
places.
in big places that, I mean, that's like a very...
Yeah, but you live in New
It's-
Jersey.
Right.
You know what
Sure.
I mean? So there's just a different, like in Iowa, we didn't have like a lot of huge salons. So most people were the majority of people that were graduating beauty school were going to work in a small place. So
Okay.
like if you go to get a receptionist job, but then if you work at a salon like you worked in, it was huge. I mean, you're going to have a lot to do, but that's not the majority of salons.
Right.
I mean, I think the
And what's good
average
about a
salon in
smaller
America
one-
has 4 chairs. So
But
Is
at
it
the
really?
same time,
4 to
though,
6, I think.
She said she's still in school, so you could take that as she's not a senior yet.
Right.
So she's not actually able to touch a client, let alone shampoo, blow dry, towel dry, not to do a thing to a client. So at that point, I would say definitely go in for a front desk receptionist position, kind of get your feet wet, see what the salon environment's all about. Then when you get your midway point, which most states do, you get your permit, which you can then work in the salon to assist. Then you can move up from there.
I guess that's what's
But-
different because Jersey's like that, but PA's not.
Pennsylvania's not. California, I know. I think California is.
Yeah.
Florida is.
You
A
could
lot of
start,
states
But-
are.
You don't have to
there's a
even
lot of
go to
states that
school.
aren't. Like-
Yeah,
I understand that, but I'm saying for those who are.
right.
So, all right. The first part of that, we suggest getting an assistant position first, if
Yeah.
it's
If
offered.
you can.
If it's
Yeah.
offered. If they don't have it in the salon that you want to go to, all right, then you start with reception,
Yeah.
just to get yourself in the door if that's the salon you want to be in. As far as what you can do to be more valuable, we were just talking about this. Actually, I was talking with Claudia about this last week because I actually became really, really good friends with one of the the receptionist at one of my old salons, and she just messaged me. She's coming out to get her hair cut in a couple weeks. And one thing that I loved about her was, she knew the flow of the salon. She knew the flow of my book. So there was never any, hey, who's supposed to be here? Like, if that client was not there in 10 minutes, she knew how I booked, what I was able to do.
Yeah.
And she would be on the phone before I ever even went to her. Well, if you can't get here in the next 5 minutes, then I have to reschedule you, or we can do a little bit fewer services or whatever. Just get to know the people that you're helping, get to know the books that you're trying to book for, and, ask them what they do. I mean, I've had receptionists come in and rate flashcards on the different stylists on how long they really need for a haircut and
Yeah.
really need for this service, just to really get to know the environment to help make it run smoothly.
Yeah, and they got to study. And then if you can start making decisions without going to the stylist every time, like you're saying, kind of like if you have to go to them every 5 minutes, you're like, she's 5 minutes late. Should I call her? Should I call her? Should I call her? I don't know what to do. Like, or what
Ask the
is?
stylist what they want.
Yeah,
Like, that was my thing. At 10 minutes, there's a phone call finding out where they are.
yeah.
And if they're more than 5 minutes out for this blowout, then guess what? I can't do it in 8 minutes.
Yeah, and that's based on your day. So one thing I don't like is when stylists are like, "Oh, she's 15 minutes late. They got nothing else to do for the day," and they're like, "I don't want to take her
Right.
because she's late or whatever." Like life happens, and you should take them if you can. But when you're booked back to back, I mean, that's just that's an easy phone call because you're not trying to be mean to them. You're just saying, I'm booked fully throughout the day, so I don't want to rush what I need to do to you, and I don't
Right.
want to step on the next person that's coming in. So-
Exactly.
And the biggest statement I have for anybody saying as a student is, don't lose focus of being a student. That's what I see a lot happen in
Yeah.
salons, as an instructor, as a stylist, as a barber, whatever job I've had. People who are students, they get their feet wet in the industry, and they lose complete and total focus of being a student. They don't keep up on studying to pass their boards. They don't keep up on anything they really have to. They start taking days off school to be at work. Any boss who knows you're a student shouldn't ever ask you to take time away from that school to be at
Right.
work. So if you're finding you're in those positions, get out of it. You know, I mean, they don't care about you passing, graduating, or being anything more than an assistant to them, I feel, you know, in those aspects. So, I mean, don't lose focus of that. If you can't get a license, it's no point to know how to do really cool haircuts or color techniques if you can't actually put it to use.
Yeah, and you make a good point, because I think students, like, you're just getting through school, you're trying to learn the 90-degree haircut and all that stuff and whatever to pass your state board, but they really need to utilize that time to focus on learning all the time, because then if you step out of school, you could learn so much in that year or year and a half that you're in school, but most people just kind of dick around. They don't do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and they're out smoking cigarettes, doing whatever, and just taking a client randomly whenever they can to do that next shampoo and set, when really you have a whole entire school full of, and I'm not saying that they're all, you know, fantastic, but you have minds that have been in the industry for a long time that you can pick their brains the entire time you're in school and
Yeah.
learn from them.
Everyone's got something they can teach you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like I think the big difference that I saw between like myself and a couple other people, when you first get on the floor somewhere, whether it's as an assistant or doing whatever, you should be, I guess, nervous just because it's your first time doing this haircut without the waiver, and not because it's your first time doing this haircut ever. Like,
Right.
spend your time in school doing everything. You know, make yourself uncomfortable. Do the stuff that you're like that you know you're not good at because you haven't done it yet. You know, like do a relaxer, do
Yeah,
a
don't
perm,
sell yourself
do a stack, do a mullet, do everything that you can while you're in school,
Mullet.
so that when you get out of school, it's never your first time doing something.
Right. Okay, cool.
Just throwing that out there.
Why don't you jump on to the next one? Thad, can you hit that camera in the back real quick? I need to adjust something. We're having a couple sound crackling things, so I just want to...
All right.
Moving on.
Again, while we were talking about fashion colors, and actually this could pertain to the redhead question as well, Wisconsin Donna said, fashion colors are a stain. See what she did there? Color molecules are large and meant to wash out. They sit between the open cuticle, think of a ball in an open doorway. So if you close the cuticle or seal it, the color is just going to wash out faster. She suggests, and I back her up on this, use cold water, don't shampoo as much as you can, use toning conditioners, and then talk about dry shampoo. Because I'm seeing more, I feel like every day I go on Instagram, there's just more and more people doing fashion colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I love, which is great, super exciting. But, we definitely need to have that in our arsenal, get to know whatever color line you're using, talk to them about shampooing, force them to do it with cold water, which I know sucks because it's winter.
Well, you also have to clarify too, because I tell clients all the time, make sure you shampoo with cold water. Like, I want to take a cold shower.
You don't have to.
Yeah, no.
Just shampoo and rinse with cold water. It's
Right.
not that hard.
Throw
There's
your
been
head over
many
the tub.
times I've washed my hair in the kitchen sink because
Yeah, because you wanted to hang on
Because
to your
Thad
color.
was taking too long in the bathroom, we know.
Obviously. Yeah, I mean, because you think about it, like what she's saying with just picturing it, we've all seen the up-close pictures of what hair looks like with the cuticle. It looks like an artichoke with the little thing.
It looks like an artichoke.
It does. And, when you're... Most of these fashion colors, I can't really think of one that's not. They're all, just that... What is it? Direct dye? The one that just is what it
Yeah.
is. It looks like
Most
that
of them are
color. It doesn't need to.
vegetable-based.
It doesn't need to process. So it's just big fat color molecules that just get under there and then just sit there as long as they can, depending on the shape of the hair and what you do is going to be how long it lasts. I always, with those situations, I totally get a little hair school 101 with them. What lifts up the cuticle, what's going to make these color molecules fall out faster, and that'll go for your fashion colors, it'll go for your redheads, just color longevity in general. And Matt's ready to rumble.
And you couldn't see that. I just unzipped my... I was just unzipping
That's
this,
his
not
signal.
anything else.
He's
Yeah.
That's his signal
He's
for
going to
let's
arm
move
wrestle
on.
Thad right
Cleavage.
Yeah. Cleavage.
All right, so
Hello.
I think that pretty much covers most of the social media stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So thank you guys. Keep it coming.
So I hope the sound is good. All right. Cool. Crackling gone. Sound is good. Fantastic. I love
now.
watching.
This live feed thing rules.
I know. I'm so excited about it. And I love seeing everyone talking on there. So a couple of things with Mizutani. We got the new spray bottle.
I love them.
which
They are so
Yeah.
cool.
is
looking.
the cutest little thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well, I loved the way the old spray bottles sprayed.
Yeah.
Now I love the way these look.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does
Nothing
it spray
is
the
cooler
same?
than matte black.
Yeah,
It's
it does
still
spray the
okay.
same.
It
Okay.
mists the same.
There's so much
Ooh.
electronic equipment around here.
I'm like
My heart
the
stopped.
Who at the end. We'll just knock all the cameras over. But yeah, this is a cool bottle. I like this thing a lot. We just got it in, so I haven't had a chance to really use it yet. But that was really nice, and
And
it
I
fits.
gotta be honest, I love that it's small
I like-
because it'll keep you from putting so much water in there that it goes stale and starts to smell.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
call.
Do it on people.
That's disgusting.
I also
Yes.
like that it's black because it's not going to show.
Any color.
The color spots
Like
that we
that.
got all over the white ones.
Yeah, that.
Yesterday I did her hair, and I was like, "That wipe this white bottle off." Before the
So
stains
these
real
will
quick."
be available on shopfse.com soon, but they haven't got in the big shipment. It's on the boat
Oh.
on its way over. So
From
On the
Japan.
boat.
these are like
overnight pops
yeah.
from Japan.
And I got a picture sent to me from Kiyoshi the other day, and it was the gold scissor
Oh, no way.
with the fist logo on it.
Oh.
So pretty sweet. So that'll be available coming up in the next couple months. You'll be able to get the limited edition FSE gold, matte gold scissor.
I love
Too
that it's
legit
matte
to
gold.
quit.
Too legit.
It's gonna
What?
match my boots.
Matt, can you just go? I like gold.
Why would I do that? Oh.
Hey,
I was
Pat,
like,
show
what is
my
he
boots.
doing?
I got them for the scissors.
Come on, Dad, show my boots.
I love my boots.
Can we get an embroidered fist on the boots?
Yes.
So let's see. So that, and then I wanted to talk about texture scissors
This
a little
is just-
bit.
I'm having a heart attack. I don't like this. That gives me anxiety.
So we have a bunch of different types of texture scissors, and I wanted to just break them down a little bit. Brian has a couple as well. So key things I think you need to look for when you're looking at a texture scissor is there's different types. This one is the Acro Leaf Wide texture scissor. All Mizutani texture scissors have actual grooves. The teeth are almost like a saw. And so when you're cutting down on the hair, it actually grips onto the hair instead of letting it slide at all. And that's why you get that smooth cut when you flow through it. And I love having the dry cutting blade on the scissor at the same time. This is the M50 Acro Leaf Wide texture scissor. And then we also have the Acro Uragi 10. I use the 0, the 10, and the 6. But these are just the standard one. But I love the slip on the teeth. And you can even see that there's an edge. There's like a longer tooth on it. It's hard. You're not going to be able to see it. But there's a longer tooth,
that
which
little-
grips it even more as you're cutting through. So the detail that goes into Mizutani scissors is ridiculous. And that's the cool thing about Mizutani is every bit of these are done by hand. So all of them, the amount of detail that goes into it. Most companies are going to China, and then they're getting scissors for $30, selling them for $500, and making a lot of money. And I'm not going to name those companies, but that's what I love about Mizutani. It's all handmade, and that's why it's the best quality scissor you can get. So
Legit.
too legit.
You quit.
Do you want me to talk about mine?
Yep.
So this was my Christmas present. I feel bad because I'm just now realizing I have no idea what they are, like name-wise. But I have been playing with them a lot.
Yours are one of a kinds.
Really?
Yeah, they were developed. Somebody developed them, and then never got them.
Yay.
So,
So it doesn't matter what they are because you can't have them.
but anybody can design. That's the other thing about Mizutani is if you have an idea, you can take it to them and they can create it for you because what's the difference? They're doing it by hand anyways. You just
Right.
have to wait. But
Well, for me, it was just learning the difference between, because I don't know how well you can see them at all, like the little texture side of it. One side does have, like you were talking about, the little grooves in the teeth, and then it's got these nice big pits down at the bottom where they go to. Like rather than just a strong stripe, it's got like this little pool, this little ball down at the end. And what I've noticed when I use this, I've been loving using these on really thick textures, really like curly textures for going in, and then that little pit down at the end just makes it so that it's not really holding the hair anymore. So I can just glide the shears right back out after I dry cut them, and it just helps to take, it just makes a really chunky piece. I've actually been enjoying these a lot on bangs
okay.
because it's for the noticeable texture. Whereas these, it's much finer. It still has the little pits at the bottom, so it helps to glide out afterwards. But if you can see, it's like really tight, thin little lines that sort of skip. I don't know why. It just reminds me of music notes. This I'm noticing on like finer hair when I want to take texture out without necessarily seeing the texture that I'm putting into it. When I want to sort of just thin the hair, as much as I hate people saying that. It's the only visual that's popping into my brain. When I feel like I want to take out but not see like crazy piecey texture, just to lighten and soften the edges. That's what I'm noticing. I like the smaller ones for.
Yeah, and that's so those little pits are, because a lot of texture scissors, even if you look at these on the Mizutani scissors, there's a blade. So like there is a gap in here where hair can slide through, but no matter what, you're sliding hair along that blade. So it's going to have some kind of pull. If the blade's not sharp enough, that's when you're going to get the tugging in there. You're also going to get a lot of stylists when they're cutting with a texture scissor and they go to slide through and it snags. It's almost like it ripped out one single hair. Yeah. That's because the teeth didn't have the grip on them to actually cut the hair off before it got through. But when you look at like the Type Z Dual, you've used this, right?
Yeah.
So this one, when it closes down, it cuts only the hair that it's cutting, and then it's all open. It's open air. So you can slide right through, and you don't have to worry about a blade sliding up against the hair and cutting extra hair that you didn't want to do.
Right.
So, there's so many benefits to this, and it's such a cool scissor. This one just came out, and I just did a review. I did kind of a review on it. I want to start doing haircuts with it.
Oh, so have you used that a lot?
I do, yeah. This is the one, my
I
go-to.
enjoy
I would say that would
like.
be your go-to for like if you're doing like a blending a line in on, let's say, a shorter haircut.
Yeah, it is. I do like, because it has a lot of teeth, you know.
Usually
so
like a 32, 40 tooth shear is what you'd be using to blend in like a tapered men's haircut. For instance.
And it blends really well. So
one thing I want to say, it sounds so silly and so stupid to say it, but that's how I live my life.
Okay.
Another thing to be careful of, like there's a whole lot here, but maybe you don't always utilize all of it because it really sucks when you go to like slide out of someone's hair, but you came so far down the blades that they get the hair in the hinge.
Yeah.
Like, I know it sounds silly, but if you really just try to grab a whole ponytail with this, like you're going to get hair down in the hinge, and then when you pull, that sucks.
No one's happy.
Pulls their hair. And
clients freaking out.
Isn't helping. So just utilize the blade and just the blade. Don't go too far.
Yeah. And to answer the question about international shipping on the scissors, the reason I do not do international shipping right now is because I only have the rights to sell Mizutani in the United States. So there's different distributors of Mizutani scissors. There's some in, they're all over the world. I work with Kiyoshi, who is North America. So I don't have a relationship with Mizutani anywhere else.
So that covers us, Canada.
Yeah.
And that's it?
Yep.
Okay.
So where do you take your scissors to get sharpened? Does Mizutani offer sharpening? They do, and they have somebody that they recommend. All you have to do is if you buy Mizutani scissors, then you send them to Mizutani, and they get them sharpened for you, and then they send them back. I would highly recommend that. I also got a name from Josh XO the other night when we were talking on the phone about a guy, I think his name is Brent, that's going to be at ISSE, and he's like the best sharpener there is, I guess. So I want to sit down with him, hopefully, for a podcast. But because it's really important, and that's one of the biggest questions is who sharpens.
I was actually going to, sorry, Brian, can we do a video on the importance of sharpening shears and the right way to do it? I mean, maybe you could bring you're going to have your video stuff there, right?
Yeah.
Can we have him have a sit down and talk to people about that? Because I see that all the time. These people.
I hope so. Yeah.
Whether they're like a 1-year stylist or like a 15-year stylist, they don't realize how important it is to get your shears sharpened by someone who knows what they're doing, and then they get their shears back and they don't realize how bludgeoned they are.
Yeah, and I mean, we all know, don't give them to the guy that goes in the van and does it. But we don't know the guy that brings in the fancy equipment, says he's the world's best sharpener, and I have so many awards, and oh my God, I'm like the best.
And then he takes your nice pointed scissors and goes.
Yeah, so you have to.
You have no idea.
I heard about that.
Maybe there's key things that you should be looking for in a sharpener, or there should be a website that has like.
Yeah. I think I just found our new venture.
Oh, yippee. No, I'm not getting into that. But there should be. So somebody make it a website of the best sharpeners there are, so that we know that they're quality ones.
We can review them. What was it? Oh, do we yet, because I don't think we've sent any off, but have we been told is there like an estimated turnaround time for sending scissors back to Mizutani? What to expect?
I think it takes about a week, 7 to 10 days.
Okay.
It's not long.
All right.
So
start to finish,
probably-
maybe expect like
I
give
would
yourself 2 weeks.
Yeah, I would say 2 weeks is a comfortable thing. And it depends on where you are in the country, you know. So they're in San Francisco, so if you're, you know, close to that, but I think they send them to a sharpener in North Carolina. So
Wow.
relationships.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
he's
So if
the
you're in North
best,
Carolina.
you know. And they recommend that. I think it's like every 6 years or so, you send them to Japan, and they will completely redo the screws for you and completely like make the scissor brand new. So,
I love this company.
yeah, it's really awesome.
Matt, you had a follow-up question about international shipping on other stuff other than scissors, shirts, etc.
So here's another problem is when you have an e-commerce store, I use a company to create that store. I can't just say, as of right now, I can't say, okay, you can buy t-shirts internationally, but you can't buy scissors. So right now, if I say internationally you can buy stuff, then it's everything. I don't have a way to change each product.
That makes
So I'm working on it. You know, eventually it will happen because I want everyone to be able to get the stuff. Obviously, that would be better for everyone.
I want to see our shirt in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
Yeah. Who can make that happen?
If you send me, I'll do it.
I was gonna say I might be on the way.
I'll just bring mine.
You want me
Yeah.
to just? I got one. I'll go to the Great Wall. if
Okay.
you'd like.
Okay.
Just, you know.
Thad can go to Australia
That can fight a kangaroo.
Why are you sending me to the place with all the poisonous things in the world?
because Thad's terrified of Australia.
He is? Is he really?
Because everything that could ever kill a human being is
Is
in Australia.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Are you
Thad's
afraid of dying?
Thad's
No,
afraid
he's
of
just
dying.
afraid of Australia. It's painful deaths. It's big sharks and gators and jellyfish and
I'll go to Australia gladly. It's
And-
awesome
yeah.
there.
And all those
Beautiful,
spiders.
let's go.
Mostly spiders.
I'll be like that. Our next trip is Australia.
Justin
one
can
of our
go.
first
Brian can
chances
go.
to
Anyone
go.
else can go.
Hello.
Anyone else can go. I'm not
Thad's
going.
like, I'll pay for one of them to go.
All right.
Do you want to go over?
I want to do trending tresses
What
because we got 5 minutes. Let's do trending tresses, then
Okay.
we'll.
No mullets today, Matt. Sorry.
I can do Big Ben. What's Big Ben?
Big Ben, like in
Clients here. I don't
London?
think the door's
London?
locked.
the big
Big
clock.
Ben, yeah, the big huge clock. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know anything.
It's all right.
They didn't. I know how to cow tip.
I know how to count it. Oh, Matt.
Is the door locked?
I don't think so.
All right.
Yeah, the knob is. We're good.
Okay.
So trending tresses.
It's not that cool though.
Yeah.
Time for trending tresses.
All right. First off, we have Kate Bosworth, who has an adorable bob that I love. It's just got a lot of texture. It's piecey. It's fun. It's slightly shorter in the back, longer in the front, but it's not exaggerated. So I thought that was fun.
Question.
Yes.
When someone brings you this picture, how are you going to cut that? Because that cute look is through styling. I feel like more so than a cut. So how are you gonna cut that to give that to someone before you teach them how to style it?
Well, you have to. I mean, it is a cut, obviously.
Right,
But
but-
then you have to teach them to style.
You got to educate them.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Anything else?
how is there anything special that you would recommend doing to that cut to make it so that it's possible for them to style it that way?
I think you add a lot of texture to it. Being able to, I think it's not an undercut. It's more of like kind of a fatter bob. She doesn't look like she has a ton of hair. I can't really. I'm looking from a.
She's on the
distance.
finer side.
I have
of her
a
hair.
hard time from 10 feet away
Just
judging women, I guess. But she looks like. Yeah, she doesn't look like she has a ton of hair, so you didn't need to do the undercut. And I think the new trend right now is kind of, I've seen Ira doing it a lot, like the fatter shapes at the bottom. So forever we've been talking about you got to get rid of that Christmas tree shape and cut all that weight out. And now it's like,
Bring it
let's
back.
fatten it up. So
I gotta say, it
Um,
almost looks like in the front they accidentally took the front a little too short when they were creating the texture on this.
yeah,
Like the line of it kind of doesn't come all the way forward
Yeah,
before
I
it
noticed
jumps
that as
back
well.
up.
yeah.
I mean, I've done that
I
accidentally.
like it though
before.
because it kind of softens the face instead of having that harsh front.
Right.
It gives it a little softer feel.
lightens it.
Yeah.
Almost like a bang.
Plus, if you cut it and it was all the weight was pushed forward, the challenge that you're going to have is when you go to style, it's just always going to be in your face. If you cut it to kind of have that weight shift back just in the front, then you can have that little messy texture and it stays where it needs to be. You know what I mean? Like, so I think it was probably purposely done, I would hope, but for that reason, so that they could have that softer feel back here instead of having it all up in the front.
Well, and what I love also about this is you can do the messy tousled look. You can do big curls with this, and you can wear it smooth and straight. There's so many options within this cut versus so many bobs before in the past have always been just smooth, straight, classic.
Yeah.
You know what I love? You love a trending tress.
Shut up.
She doesn't hate this one.
I like a lot of things.
James says, "Ha! I swear everyone knew what, or I swore everyone knew what Big Ben was, but obviously not."
No, it's
sorry,
London.
James.
We knew.
Yeah. What was that? What was your code word for him last week?
Sweet potato.
Sweet potato.
Sweet potato.
All right. So next up, we have Chris Hemsworth, who has cut his hair off into a nice little short crew cut. He, in an interview,
Guess he's done playing Thor.
Yeah, in an interview, he said how he felt like he was losing his Thor powers when cutting his hair. He did state how he loved his long hair and it was epically awesome, but unless you have a stylist following you around styling it, on the day-to-day, it was not very practical.
Act like you couldn't afford
Did he
that.
say epically awesome?
I may have ad-libbed that.
Did him and Thad sit down and talk about hair?
Something he didn't say.
That is hashtag epically awesome.
That's hilarious. I like him with the short hair. I'm glad.
I think it makes him look younger.
Thins out his face, too.
All right.
All right.
We gotta.
All right.
All right,
gotta
moving
roll.
on. Brooklyn Decker took off about a foot of hair off of her length, and it's a nice, another cute little soft bob happening.
Yeah.
It's nice. That's all I got.
It's gone.
Worst.
that's-
Dre is so good at getting the worst picture possible of a human being. I follow her on Instagram. There's like 95 good pictures of her with this hair color.
I got distracted. I'm sorry. I had think.
Like, if you just do this and cover the face and torso, the hair color looks really nice.
I really like the hair color.
That's about it, though.
Oh, Nicole. I love
Just
Nicole
because you don't
Richie.
like her doesn't mean.
I don't dislike her.
It's a cool color.
It's a
Thad,
really cool color.
we're on the next one.
Oh, my bad. You didn't say a name.
That's true. They didn't say a name.
Thad.
It's Nicole Richie.
What?
Nicole Richie has teal hair.
Yes. Okay. Next one.
Okay, moving.
And then Emily Blunt is going back to her blonder shades with lots of. It seems to be a ton of balayage ombre in there. So that's.
The hair color looks great.
What?
Again.
Yeah, I don't love that color on her, but I mean, again, it's a
Might
picture.
be a
so-
bad shot.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Like,
Like the flash might be a little too bright for that because I don't know.
It's just a transition.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
make it
So,
just a transition off her face.
all right, we're gonna spin the wheel. So, Dre, did you pick somebody?
I did pick somebody.
And we have Brian got a package today.
Yeah, we got a surprise for Brian.
Oh yeah.
So you can open it. So Brian got a package. This is something very exciting for him.
Although I don't know, it might be terribly disappointing when we see.
So he decided he wanted to have dreadlocks. So
I can't
he's
wait to put
gonna.
these in his hair.
So he Beyonce'd it and got some.
Yeah, I'm not gonna grow my own dreadlocks. That's gonna take too long.
Right. So he ordered some dreadlocks. So
Took me
we'll
32
see.
years to get my hair this long.
When you get bored of that, we can put them in my beard.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not.
It's
Maybe
gonna
not.
look
Let me see
ridiculous.
this.
It's gonna look so ridiculous.
Let me see
They
that.
look like string.
It
It
is
looks like-
string.
it-
That's what
it-
dreadlocks look like.
No, that looks like a rope that you would play tug of war with.
Yeah.
That is not a dreadlock.
Oh.
Those look so fake.
They really do.
They
But
are.
Who cares? It'll be fun.
All right, whatever.
Has
I don't
Brian
care.
ever
It's not my
promised
head.
to be natural?
Okay, let's spin the
Ugh.
wheel. Thad, do you want to get the wheel up there? And who do we pick?
Oh, Morgan Elizabeth Johnson.
So Morgan,
Morgan
who's been a
Freeman.
longtime follower, super exciting. She has a chance to win a cutting stool from MinervaBeauty.com, a Bali box, or a Amica 5-piece iron wand set. We also have on the wheel Millennium Systems International, 3 months free of Mevo. So many different things, FSE T-shirts, all that stuff. So Drea, do you want to stand up and give it a... And here we go.
It's so loud.
What do they get? What do they get?
And the winner is T-shirt.
T-shirt.
Boom.
Good
Take it
T-shirt.
to the Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
Done.
Or Big Ben in
Yes.
Iowa.
I will not send this shirt unless you wear it at the Eiffel Tower. So
James got Big Ben. We
Yeah.
got that covered.
yeah, we'll send James a shirt and he can take a picture in front of that.
There you go.
And then anybody else that lives somewhere cool, we would like to send you a shirt to wear in front of it as well. I think that would be
and if
fun.
you don't wear it, we'll find
Fair
you.
enough.
Hashtag where in the world is
Free salon education.
Something.
We'll do just where in the world,
Is
but
I Love Mondays.
WEAR.
Or we'll just drop.
Ooh.
Wait, we don't have to
That's why
send
they
them
keep me
t-shirts.
around.
We'll
That's
just
true. That's good.
we'll put the
Why don't you
t-shirts
just-
on, drop the green screen, and we'll be anywhere we want to be.
That's true,
I'm
Justin.
in Delaware.
Hi. Okay,
Send you a
so
t-shirt. and
thank
if
you
don't
guys.
take a picture. We're gonna send you a bill.
it's freezing cold outside. I think we have guests out there.
They went to Starbucks.
They did. Oh, okay. So thank you guys so much for watching. Follow Brian
At hairstyle.
Follow Brian Hair at Hairstyle. Justin Scott.
At what was it?
Did you change it?
No, it's still Atomic Garden 666.
I know he needs to change it.
Change it.
Drea,
Dre Day 2289.
Thaddeus,
Fat Bolognized.
Thad Bolonized, and follow us at Free Salon Education. Follow us on hairbrain.me, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We got nominated for another Hairbrained Video
Yeah.
Award, so
Yeah,
we'll be
yeah.
at that party as well. So many different things coming up. I can't even tell you how excited I am about even just today. Oh my God, this is gonna be.
This is gonna be majestic.
This is
Can this happen today?
No, it's gonna.
you know it's happening today. He's got no
Oh,
patience.
yeah, I had a cancellation. So yeah, this is gonna happen.
I'm gonna cut his
So-
hair and put some dreads in.
Thank you guys so much for watching Splitting Hairs. We're going to, and everybody that followed live, I love that, watching everyone talking and just chatting away and helping us with questions. I had a lot of fun this episode. Did you guys have fun?
Heck yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. I don't want it to end. I don't even want to do hair. I just want to sit here.
Hang out all day.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys on the next episode, and hopefully we'll see you at ISSE this weekend.
Yeah.
What's this weekend?
Bye.
Bye.
That.